I did. Yo, we're live. What is up, y'all? How y'all doing? Bing chillin'.
Hello.
We are Bing chillin'. We are up in here.
Chilling.
All the children.
Hey, yo.
Everybody say what's up. Everybody say what's up. Introduce yourselves.
What up?
That's all you need.
Whoa.
What's up?
Hi YouTube. It's me. Yo boy.
Hola.
What up?
Listen,
Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Gotcha.
There's my introduction.
Gotcha.
we in here. What's up, Llama? How you doing, man? No, it is not my birthday yet, Llama. It is not my birthday. My birthday is at midnight East Coast time, because I live on the East Coast, so obviously time revolves around my Central Coast. Yo, what's up, Special K? How you doing?
Is this on the
Good to
time
see
zone?
you.
He messaged
Is there
me
another time?
while
There
he's
isn't.
Sitting right next to me.
Apparently, I,
right?
live in the past.
Yo,
Yeah, man.
Ruben, what's up, Ruben? How you doing, man? Yo, Ruben, we gotta talk, man. We gotta talk. We're developing a Kangs podcast, not to step on your toes, my friend, but just cause we usually have this stream and it'd be like, yo, man, this basically is a podcast. So I said, fuck it, let's do it. So we about to. I need to talk to you about logistics.
Step on
We
his
need to
toes.
actually have
Shit,
a
we need to
business
bring him
meeting.
on. The fuck?
Yeah. So and have you obviously we need a logistics meeting, and we also need a guest star. You know what I'm saying? Gonna watch Reinfeldt? Nice. I hope you like it. Nicolas
Nah, we
Cage
need
is a
that
beast.
voice, bro. We need
I
that
wish
voice up in here, bro.
I wish I had a Ruben Prime. Yo, Cosmic, do your best Ruben Prime impression.
Hell, it's Ruben Prime. I'm getting ready to do the podcast
It has to
right
be more
now.
raspy in the soul, brother. We need that raspiness.
Oh shit, that is
That shit's
not
hard,
easy,
right?
I'm
That's
telling
just
you.
not easy.
Yeah,
This man has the
Ruben's
gift of
particular
the
cadence
fucking
it's
gab.
very particular. I like it though.
Man's
That's
voice is meant for this
fucking-
shit.
Hell yeah.
Fucking gorgeous.
I'm here with the man Rome himself. With the 4K.
7 out of 10, he says. What a beast.
Of course.
7. Oh, I'm gonna highlight that shit. Hold up.
That's not bad. That was alright.
Seven out of 10.
Not quite deep enough.
I mean, it's all right.
It's alright.
I mean, where's the lie?
Bobby
Man.
Fish, you suck.
There's a black
So-
birdo. What the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't
Which
know
is a
that?
black bird.
What's this? What is that black birdo, bro?
Black
You
birdo.
know white birdo? Bro,
Black-
I swear I've only seen pink birdos. What
Let
the
me-
hell?
Let me give you the lore about Black Birdo. She deep throats extra hard.
What?
Just
the
saying.
Oh God.
fuck? Put it back in the pussy.
Are you in my game? I also
what
have a
happened?
Black Birdo.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm spectating your lobby right now.
How's everyone's day,
gotcha.
man? Actually, everyone
I was
else
about to
answered
do-
that. My day was alright, Llama. My day was pretty good.
Mine was good.
Yeah, on the right.
I got barely any sleep, but I'll be alright.
Yep,
I feel like
same.
everyone barely got sleep, and I don't know why.
Yep.
I mean, these motherfuckers was up till 4 a.m. in the Discord I saw.
Hey, listen,
I was
John Wick, bro.
5, 6 or
what you want me to
something.
say?
Listen, I mean, I
yeah.
be up until like I
What you
literally
mean I
leave.
saw? What the hell
I,
were you doing?
I
up?
literally leave like a half an hour before you guys end, and then I'll just
you
be
were
like,
supposed to be asleep.
I was sleeping.
Uh-huh.
But I could see the times when you guys posted in Discord stream chat, so I'm like, oh, y'all was still chatting at least
Oh,
until
okay,
then.
Okay.
He's checking the recorded evidence.
There is absolutely evidence. Our Discord is fire. Guys, if you're not in our Discord, hold up. Let me promote
up
the
in there.
Discord for a second. If you guys are not
Exclamation
in our
point
Discord, exclamation point Discord. Most of y'all
Get in the
already
lair.
are,
Join the kingdom.
but if y'all not, just
Low
get
battery.
in there. We're absolutely doing a rebrand. But I'm saying too much right now. But when it's ready,
BBC
it's ready.
factory.
Listen. The sausage is being made.
Can't wait.
This is a sausage that you can't see being made, unfortunately. If it's on the stream, I'll show you how the sausage is made because it's a sausage.
BBC factory
You know what I'm saying?
behind
It's
the
the
scenes.
BBC.
Oh, never seen this map before.
My nickname in high school was Kilbasa. I'm not gonna tell you guys why, but
What in the hell? Damn, I'm kind of scared.
I think I
I want
assume
you
one.
guys to Google Kilbasa. Google.
I'm Polish. I
Yup,
don't need to
nah,
Google it.
crazy.
It's Kiel Basa. Just
Kielbasa?
Google that
It's
and
kielbasa because that shit fucking kills.
and look at it
Yeah, it's
and
Polish glizzy.
then wonder why that was
Hey.
my nickname in college. Not college, high school.
Kielbasa breakfast, you know? Schmeat for breakfast.
Listen,
is good.
I had
Big Schmeat.
Bro,
all of my teammates in high school, my football teammates, they were calling me Kilbasa in the hallway. And then I was just like, man, you can't be calling me Kilbasa in the hallway. And they're like, why not? I'm like, listen, motherfuckers. That's enough. I've said enough. I've said enough.
fuck.
All right. Not gonna ask why.
I-
Don't ask why, Llama. All right. All right. So we're gonna talk about the Street Fighter 6 thing that popped off. Right now, you're listening to the Street Fighter 6 soundtrack. This is kind of dope so far. This is Metro City Downtown Stage. I'm liking the beat so far. We're gonna talk about the Street Fighter 6 announcement that happened today with Wheezy. Play the clip.
She
Despair.
deleted it. No. What clip? You talking
Wheezy.
About
There we go. We're gonna talk about Wheezy. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some other stuff tonight, but that's just what we're starting with. So let's see what's going on. All right, so
Damn, these VTubers taking the chains off? These motherfuckers posting IRL pics of themselves now? Holy
Holy
shit!
do
All
wait,
right, you know
we
what?
could do that.
I'll be right
and
back.
do this.
I gotta whip my dick out real quick.
Oh shit! All right.
we lost this man the moment we started. Fuck.
Man, that's serious?
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Jesus.
Oh no, wait.
Guys, once again, if you want to know what Despair is talking about, exclamation point Discord.
There you go.
I actually don't know what he's talking about. Hold on.
We're talking
I
about
don't
fruit
know.
roll-ups.
Apparently, it's some trend. All these VTuber girls are like posting like their IRL fucking pics and shit. I'm like, okay, why are you even using the fucking avatar?
But
then if
then,
you look like
but
this.
then what's the point of even
the
fucking
point
doing
of
that?
If you look this good, why the fuck are you using the avatar, bro?
Well,
True.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I know the reason why, but it's like, damn,
Such a waste, right?
dead ass. All right, back to the topic. But let's get back on topic. Sorry, guys.
In there.
So, well,
Oh, shit, that
we
just threw
can
me for a loop.
we can talk about Street Fighter 6 for a minute. So I got the Street Fighter 6 whole thing playing in the background right now. Honestly, what I wanted to say was, from what I saw, because I didn't get to chat, because once I left work, it was in the middle of the announcement and shit like that. What I actually saw from that
I'm at
was,
work.
it was so much info on stuff that we were already told about, but it's just kind of like, it's like, what was that single player stuff going to be about? And we just really kind of got an idea of that, right? They were just like, here's all the single player stuff that's going to be part of the game, the whole package of the game. And to be honest, I saw that and I was just like, all of this stuff, I'm going to pre-order right now. I haven't pre-ordered yet. What I was going to do, I was going to probably buy it day one, but all of this stuff indicated to me, it was just like, this is not what Street Fighter V was on launch. This is an absolute full game with full features and full things for anybody, for whatever you want, for all tastes, for all aspects of what you're looking for in a fighting game. We're going to meet that. That's what this presentation told me. And I was just like, you know what? That's awesome. I'm going to pre-order because I see a bunch of stuff in this. Whether or not I'm going to play it, I'm just going to get into it and have fun. That's all. With the caveat of just like, hey man, like sometimes Sometimes it may not. Sometimes there's definitely things about fighting games that doesn't work on launch, doesn't work on release, where it's like the servers don't work, matchmaking doesn't work. Those are things that get fixed over time. Those are things that like they maybe not be able to fully prepare for. This is going to be a super popular game, so I feel like they really need to have a beta test, but those are things that can change really quickly. But as far as what the presentation of what the game is overall, I'm going to pre-order. I'm going to pre-order today. After the stream, I'm pre-ordering. I really like what I saw. I'm in there. It's a full single-player package. No matter what you want, there's nothing that... If there's anything that you want in a fighting game for a single-player experience, this game offers all of it. So I really like that. And hey, that deserves my dollars. That's all I'm going to say.
I feel like this was their... sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that you could tell that me and Despair were actually talking about this earlier, but you could tell like this video was not meant for us, like anyone related to the FGC. This was a video straight to the casual audience and just listing all the reasons why, hey, this is why you should play the game. You know, like when you played old fighting games back in the day, they had like a bunch of different modes, right? They had like a survivor mode, arcade mode, all these other modes, and like by them showcasing the story and stuff like that, and even giving a demo, it's like, hey, this is what you could do in this game. This is what you could figure it out. Like, and in the demo, Rome, you played it, right? Didn't it just start you off in modern mode? Like, it didn't even start you off in classic, right?
You
Right?
have
Did
to.
it in the beta too. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. So when you progress through the story, like after you defeat Luke, is when they give you access to the classic control. So that's like at least a good, 30 minutes in, maybe 20 minutes in, you get the classic control. So yeah, and I would agree with that. Yeah, they definitely, trying to cater it to that audience, which makes sense,
That's a smart move because that makes it easier to not scare
It is.
people off with the fucking controls.
It is so smart. It is.
You know how many people start a fighting game and just don't want to play because they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I do this? How do I do that?
Well, this is not a feature that's been like, it's like a feature that's not been explored by Capcom. Because if you look at all the MVC games, right, like a lot of MVC games had an easy mode, so they really kind of catered the Versus series into like getting casuals to just be like, man, this is the mashup. Look, this is the game of your dreams. How many people
weren't pushed? They didn't push it. It didn't default you to the. You weren't defaulted to the.
No, you were given a choice on character select.
Yeah, but most people are gonna be like mashing. They don't know the difference. This shit, they literally like it starts. This game, it starts like they make you choose the modern. They make you use the modern stuff right before they give you the option. Like Marvel, you had the option at the character select screen. Yeah, but most people that I know were just pressing buttons. Like,
but
they just mashed on normal mode. Like,
here's the difference in that though. It's just like as far as what the FGC
what was it called? Stylish mode or something?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
In Marvel 3, it was called stylish mode. Yeah.
Here's the difference though in what that accessibility it means to a casual versus a player that's in the know. It's something that you're looking for at the start, where it's like, what are my controls, right? And as far as being in the arcade, when you're putting in a quarter into a cab for the first time of a game where you're just like, man, this game looks dope. This shit has fucking Ryu and Wolverine. Ryu. I said Ryu. Yes.
You bitch.
I said Ryu because of the implications of American audiences, right? They say like, oh, this game has Ryu and Wolverine. I'm putting in my quarter. And then when I'm entered into the character select screen, I see easy. Sure, I'll take that. And then you literally mash light punch and you do combos that end in super. It's dope. It's dope for a casual. That is what's dope for an intro player, because once you start to learn more about the game, you quickly graduate from that. That's what I feel fighting games are missing. They try to make the whole system cater to casuals rather than just have a control mode that's just like, hey, let's just have some kind of auto shit that you need to select rather than have it be automatic. And I'm going to put KOF on blast for this. Rome is in here for it. You know the whole auto combo system in KOF where if you just mash light punch a little too much, you start to get that shit in 14, I believe?
It's in 15 too, yeah.
Yeah, it's in 15 too, right? So it's like if you press the button a little too much, that's what you get. Instead of it being something that's in the engine, as far as like that seems mandatory. Why not just have it be optional on the character select screen, like it was in the Versus series for the longest time? Like it was just like, hey, you want easy mode? Here's easy mode. You want something a little more depth? Put it in the fucking, the character select. Depth. You want depth? You got it. You know what you're doing.
90%, 99% of people that buy these games aren't thinking about that, and they don't want to think about that. They want to buy the game, put the game in, start the game, play with their friends, and just start mashing. They don't want to think about, oh, I have the option to do this. That's why I'm saying, like, they start you off in this game without, you don't even know that there's an option. They put you on the casual. What is it? What's it called? Fucking
modern.
It's called modern. Yeah, they put you on that, right? So you don't even know that there's another control scheme. I mean, you do. They like slightly hint at it, but most people aren't thinking about that. I feel like most casuals aren't thinking about that. When I was playing games as a kid, I wasn't thinking about that. I just wanted to say, oh, look at this cool attack that I saw the CPU use. Let me do that shit, right? How do I do that, right? Like, and I feel like in this game, it makes it easier to do stuff like that because they push you towards that. Like the thing about Street Fighter in particular, not a lot of other games aren't like this anymore, but Street Fighter in particular has always been a 6-button game, right? And I feel like that's always been kind of a deterrent for a lot of people. I think the 4-button layout that a lot of modern games have taken, well, there's always been games that have 4-button layouts, but the 4-button layout
MK has a 4-button layout.
Yeah, but NRS has always been at the forefront of it.
NRS has a 5-button layout technically. They have a 5-button layout, but like that 5th button is usually a trigger. Yeah, it's usually like a.
But NRS has always been at the forefront of accessibility and stuff. A lot of these features are already in NRS games.
I definitely get that.
Let me tack on to this point what you guys were saying. I will say, like, in terms of modern though, they make it seem as though the difference between easy mode in the Marvel series and this mode is easy mode, after a while, when you start to use that, you're gonna be blocked off from like accessing the depth of the game. Whereas this one, they tend, like, you can actually use modern and be competitive in some sort of way. We don't know how well that's gonna be in the long run of things. Obviously, when people,
yeah, that shit might be cheap, bro.
it might be low.
I have a feeling it's gonna be cheap.
To be honest, but like, but at least it's an option. They're making it as a competitive option, because the other option in this is the dynamic mode where you could just mash and do whatever, and it just the auto combos.
Yeah, and personally, I don't like. Well, it's just me personally, but like if I was a casual, right, and I saw easy, I would be like, what are my friends gonna think? Oh, like let's say you play with your homies, right? You pick easy, and they're like, oh, you played on easy, like, cause that's what people would say back in the day when you was playing with the homies.
Yeah. Like, we definitely got that shit. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys played like Capcom vs. SNK 2 on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Easy Operation. They added in where like you can do special moves with the C stick, so you don't have to do inputs. You can do supers and specials.
Yeah.
I used to have a friend I would play. He was so bad, right? So once he figured that he could cheese, he would just pick S groove because you had unlimited supers when you're level 1, and he would just keep holding it down the C stick, just getting infinite level 1. It was so dumb.
Yeah,
and
you would get it for that. Like you would get roasted for that.
Like you feel proud of yourself doing that. Like you think you're nice. Like, but no, it's true. The word easy is definitely like, I'm not easy. What do you mean? Like I can play with the big boys. So
yeah, that's why I think like the naming convention, making it modern, and then putting you on like that being the default option without having, because you have to change it to actually get the classic controls. Like I remember when you played the beta, you had to actually change it back to classic controls. So having that like being pushed is good in my opinion.
I disagree.
Well,
I disagree because I think naming it easy is that division between the players who want to differentiate themselves between, I'm not an easy motherfucker, I'm gonna go difficult. Look, it's true.
Nobody does that.
When you all right, case in point, Despair, when you start a FromSoft game, not a FromSoft game because there's no difficulty setting, when you start a regular game, what option do you choose?
I'm not an average gamer though. Hello? Like we're not talking about average. We're not talking about hardcore shit. We're talking about average gamers. Like
no, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm
like that's part. That's the thing is you're not. Listen, even though you consider yourself as part of like a top echelon of gamer, there's definitely a bunch of people that they're just like, I'm not a normal gamer. I'm going to go for the hard route rather than the easy route. I think that's the division, because easy means easy.
It's like another game. You can't bring up like a non-fighting game, because if people buy games like that because they just want to experience a story or something like that.
No. But I'm yeah, exactly. I'm talking about fighting games though.
Like,
because in the fighting game instance, when you select that easy mode, it's easy mode. But if you do your research as a player, you understand I don't have access to some of the freedom that I would
doing
have.
The research though.
They
Most
will.
of those casuals are not doing the research, bro. I'm sorry.
The players that want to be that upper tier, you know what I mean? Like the players that have that competitive edge will do that research to understand what's what. They will not want to start on easy. And that's the difference. Easy, labeling it easy means, hey, if I'm coming into this, that's easy. I'm new. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'll play this and I'll gravitate to that. That's what it's for. Anybody else who has any kind of sense of pride or hubris is just going to be like, I'm going to go for the hardship because I'm going to body people. I know what I'm doing. I don't care. That's why I disagree.
We can agree to disagree on this, because I'm gonna be honest with you, 99% of people that buy fighting games don't care. They're not gonna do the research. Like, and you have to also consider that a lot of gamers, whether they want to admit it or not, have some type of competitiveness in them, right? Where I know me personally, before I even cared about fighting games at all, right? If I picked up a game and I was playing with my homies, I was not picking easy in front of the homies when I'm playing with the homies. Like, I don't think anyone's doing that. I'm sorry. Like, maybe I'm different, but like, come on. If I was playing, if all of us were playing in the fucking like Freak's house or some shit like that, I ain't picking no easy mode. Like, that's embarrassing to me. Like,
exactly. That's like, my point, though.
But most people, when they approach a fighting game, like, let's just say, like, people that are playing a fighting game not for the story, right? Which, come on, let's be real. The majority of people are not playing fighting games for a story. People
not true.
Playing it just to pick it up. Majority of people are not playing Street Fighter.
The majority of the people who purchase NRS games will disagree with you.
But we're not. Let's not talk about anomalies, bro. Because NRS is probably the only game with a functional like story mode that people in lore and movies and all that stuff that people are attached to. That's an anomaly. Like.
I would say it's an anomaly unless we had the numbers of remember when Street Fighter V actually implemented a story mode. I would like to see the difference in sales from when they actually implemented that to when they launched. But that's something I don't have right now.
Wasn't that like a 4 to 6 months difference from
it
when the
was?
I'm pretty sure 2% of the overall sales of Street Fighter V were not from people that wanted to play the story mode. But we're from people that wanted to play the story. 2%, bro, at least, at most.
That's the whole point I'm making, though, Despair. It's just like, if you have any kind of like pride in yourself as a gamer, when you see easy mode on there, you're not picking it because you're like, what the fuck is that?
I really don't think most people are picking easy. I
don't think most people are easy, but I do think that when you have that as an option, it presents the option for casuals to get into the game a lot easier than others. Because
here's the thing, if you had like a slightly small competitive bone in your body, right? Like as a casual, right? And you see two options. One is easy, one is normal, right? And then you have another game that has the options, and this is just what a simple naming convention can do. You have a control scheme named modern and classic, right?
For the record though, modern, I think they named it modern because they didn't want to name it easy. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. It's a difference in naming convention. Naming convention. Easy, in my opinion, turns a lot of people off from that shit. 100%.
I'm just comparing it more to the Versus series where it had easy versus turbo. That was the option, right? Like those are your options at the Versus, easy, turbo. And it's like, why wouldn't I pick turbo?
Different time though.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's more of the game speed, though. That's not really so much in terms of the use of.
No, it wasn't a difference in game speed. You didn't have a difference in speed picking easy or turbo. What was the difference? Is
so there was two. So you choose between normal and easy, and then after that's normal or turbo.
Yeah.
Depending on the game. Yeah. But they
Fighting EX Layer has a mode as well. It's called progressive. And that's such a great name for it.
Yeah, that sounds
good.
Yeah, that's a good name.
It's basically the same function where like you don't have to do inputs. I think you just do like, I think it's like Smash Brothers where you just do like side and like a
direction.
Button. Yeah, you have a special button and you just do a direction and then you get the special moves. And to go with Follow was talking about earlier, like there's actually some characters that are better in progressive. So like that actually does get used in the, you know, in the upper echelon. Who knows if modern or stylish will have that effect for Street Fighter 6, but it's definitely interesting if it does offer that, you know, if it does make things a little bit easier for players. Because when you think about it, like we've all been playing fighting games for most of our lives, right? So like if someone tells me that doing quarter circles is hard, I can't tell them they're wrong because I've been doing it forever. So I don't know if it's hard. Yeah, I can't tell you like it is hard or it's easy, but I could tell you, hey, if you pick stylish mode, you know, and you just mash. I think it's like you mash R2 1,000 times, you get a shrink. It's like, there you go, you know.
But it's like they're not pushing it in your face, right? They're not pushing. Oh well, this is a mode for scrubs. Like calling it easy, in my opinion, is like, oh, this is a mode for people that don't know what they're doing.
No, don't get it twisted, Despair. Don't get it twisted, Despair. Like easy was just the moniker because like that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
Like I know what it was. But I'm saying the majority of people
it doesn't matter what it's called. It could be called modern, it could be called hip, it could be called whatever the fuck they want to call it. It does matter whether or not it's called like, hey, this is noob mode. Look, players are not gonna pick that. But at the same time, the players that feel like they're not noobs are not gonna pick it. Right? Like players that are just like the thing is, players with pride, it's all about that hubris. Right, like if you're a player with some kind of pride, you're gonna be like, "This ain't for me." Maybe this for you.
Games before 2005, you are one of those players. Like I don't even want to hear.
Exactly.
If you play video games before 2005, which is
the thing about
the majority of us.
Like, the whole thing is like fighting games are fucking hard, bro. Like maybe it does need to be called easy because this shit is hard. You know,
it doesn't need to be called easy. It doesn't need to
be called easy, but like, you know what I'm saying.
Is perfect for me.
And
I think it's good.
Modern sounds good. Modern's a great name
nice
for it.
I'll be honest with you. It would be really polarizing, right? A lot of people would not like it, but looking at it from the other side, it would have made more sense for them to just remove the fucking 6-button layout altogether and just push modern and let that be the only thing, right? But obviously, I wouldn't want that because I've been playing Street Fighter with 6 buttons my whole life. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't like it.
There's gonna be a bunch of
complaints.
Be
against it. Like,
I think it's to avoid the complaints, to be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know, I think they did the right thing in making you play modern, because even if I'm a pro player, let's just say, maybe, and I would never ever touch modern just because at least me having 10 minutes with it, I'm not exactly immediately dismissing it. Then I could look at him like, you know what?
Yeah, but once you see the advantage, though, you might be like, oh shit, okay, yeah, I will use this.
Yeah, eventually,
like,
and that's what's gonna come out to be. I feel like modern's gonna be ridiculous.
I agree.
One button DP, that's too good.
Quick question. I haven't tried anything about SF6, right? What's the difference between modern and
remove 2 buttons and remove directional inputs like quarter circle forward, the dragon punch motion, and shit like that.
Think of it like the way that Marvel works. Light, medium, heavy attacks. That I think like they change contextually. But is
there a special button?
There is. I think the X button becomes what's the drive button for like the.
That definitely sounds like an easy Marvel function, but like, okay, so question being, playing at a high level, is there differentiation? Like, would you want? It's really early to say, right?
It's kind of hard to.
It's really hard to say right now. Like, that's my question. Let's like, if
I personally have a feeling there's gonna be an advantage to it. Like, we don't know, but I have a feeling there will be.
There has to be, right? Like there has to be.
Like I said, fighting layer, there's characters like that in fight. My bad. But real quick, just like in fighting layer, there's characters like that where the easy mode or the progressive mode, it actually it's better for them. Like it's actually better to use that. And a lot of the top players that do play Fexul, they prefer that over the classic 6-button style. So yeah, I mean, it might be possible.
I think the more important thing I feel like the more important thing is that it needs to have like no, like, there has to be no negatives about it, right? Like you should still be able to compete with people that are using, like, I think both modes should just be even. Obviously, there's probably going to end up being one with an advantage, but I feel like they should just both be fine. I don't want modern mode to be like, oh, you have easier controls, but you're limited in some way, right? Like I don't want that at all.
I know.
No, yeah, I agree.
People thought that. Originally, people thought that because the thing is, if you have light, medium, heavy, it's not differentiating between like light punch or like kick. I think it's just choosing for you. But I think
preset,
after experimentation,
really,
you do have access.
You know what? I'm gonna try it right now. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh wait.
Because what we have is 3 input styles. There's classic, the 6 button that we know of. Modern, which is the simplified one that they're kind of pushing with the light, medium, heavy, and a single special button. But there's a third one, dynamic, which is for the simplest of simplest. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's the one where
that's the easy mode, technically.
Yeah.
You can
wow, naming it dynamic is kind of wild, actually.
Yeah, I kind of like this. That's a good decision to make.
I do.
And apparently, the dynamic one, it like the buttons that you use change function, like in the context of where you are in the match, or like
interesting.
How close you are with the opponent, or far away.
Well, you can't play that. You can't play that one online. They already said.
Good, because that sounds ridiculous.
That's not. Yeah, that's absolutely for like the most basic of basic.
You guys
actually the story mode.
Hey yo.
Do you guys remember in the Alpha 3 PSP version that you could set certain special moves to buttons?
Yeah, I remember that. I had that one.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember if that was accessible via online play though. Like I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but
I didn't even bother with it back then. So
I don't know. I'm just bringing it up because that's part of the conversation.
What was accessible?
But that made more sense.
Shortcuts in Street Fighter 4 on DS.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's the Arturo game. That was Arturo's
game. No charge, Sonic Boom.
Tap the flash kick.
Real talk. I watched Uni one time. Me and Uni were on our way to Match Fest, and I watched Uni play that on his DS, and I was like, "You a damn shame, bro."
Stupid dude. But yeah, I like the direction they're going with this, and I do like the fact that because I thought about it after we finished watching it. The beta was for us. Right? That's why the beta had training mode and all that shit. The beta was for us.
The beta was for them to balance the game.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, this is for the people that were on the fence. They don't really know much. Well, they know Street Fighter. Everyone knows what Street Fighter is, but they were like on the fence. They were like, why should I buy this game when I suck or something, or I don't really play online and stuff like that. This was perfect for them. Like, bro, I was watching this and I was like, damn, if I was a kid watching this, I would have been hype as shit.
If Little Wayne knows what Street Fighter is, I better know what Street Fighter is.
Right? I mean, Lil Wayne been having Street Fighter lyrics and shit in his raps for like 2 decades.
Little Wayne was tweaked.
No, there's a whole video you can watch of just battle rappers using Street Fighter references.
Yeah.
Like,
Street Fighter is fucking cultural. It's iconic.
We know what it is. Like Street Fighter. Yeah, pretty much. With everything, I'd say Street Fighter is like. I mean, it's one of the most popular IPs in the world, and that's why, like, as someone who's literally been playing this shit since I can remember, 2-3 years old, I'm happy to see that like Capcom is like finally like, all right, we're gonna stop BSing, and we're gonna give you guys the product you deserve. You know?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to touch on, right? Capcom right now, because I'm gonna dismiss, like, sorry guys, but I'm gonna dismiss Strive and I'm gonna dismiss KOF. Was it 15? I'm gonna dismiss 15. Those only because, right? This looks like it's the beginning of the actual next generation of fighting games.
I agree.
So I'm glad that Capcom just came out the gate with the game that's full featured, right? No bullshit like Street Fighter 5 where we had half the game or whatever. The online didn't work like the first couple of days of the game, right? So I'm just glad that this is the next generation of fighting game and they're setting the standard already.
I like your statement. Dope. I like your statement because it's not so much dismissing the games just for what they are. It's because honestly, because of this, it's because of the features that's involved in this release that makes it part of the next generation of fighting games. It's not so much what the fighting game is as a whole, right? Like it's the features, and this is what 5 was missing. Street Fighter 5 was missing. It was missing this. It had none of this on launch. It literally just launched. It launches a beta. And that's why it was dubbed this shit.
This shit is what a lot of games are missing. Actual functional online. The beta test was, well, the game can come out, it'd be shit, but what are the odds of that happening, right?
Yeah.
But the beta released, ran perfectly fine. The lobbies ran perfectly fine. Everything worked. right? That's the most that's the bare minimum is that everything worked. And then on top of that, we have all these other features and modes and all this other shit. The game looks beautiful. Like, so like this, and I feel like Tekken 8 obviously has to, you know, keep up the standard, but
Tekken 8
this
needs to be good.
Like, obviously Tekken 8 looks great, but
It looks
we need
fantastic.
the same amount of every fighting game moving forward after this has a lot to live up to. That's all I'm saying.
A big
Right.
big tall order to stand up to. And I'll say this. You go Fab.
Okay. I was just gonna say any comparison, it was just gonna be towards Street Fighter 6 in the future.
Yeah.
For any future.
Like, this is
fighting
it. This is literally the next generation of fighting. This is it. This is what I want when I'm like, oh, okay, new fighting games coming out. Oh shit, this looks fire. Like this got me hyped. This is how I felt back in like 360 era when fighting games were coming out, right? I haven't been this excited for a fighting game in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and
It's been a minute.
I love Guilty Gear, I love Tekken, I love all that shit, but this right here, this shit is wild. Like, bro, look at Akuma. Like, what?
Akuma's
Yeah,
probably
and
my
normally-
favorite design of the entire
like,
new cast.
They
Y'all
changed
know
them
me.
up
I
from
hate
that
when they
artwork.
show. I hate when they show season passes and shit before the game comes out. But
Because
this shit still got me hyped. Like,
you know what it is? At
Except for
least,
Rashid, fuck that
at least
motherfucker.
you know this is not on disc DLC. You know what I'm saying? Like they're working
I mean,
on this
you
shit.
can't really do that
Not a thing
nowadays.
anymore.
You can't
Yeah.
do that nowadays
Yeah.
because people roast
Nah,
the fuck out of
Capcom
it.
knows better,
Now
bro.
there's
They're
no
like,
disc.
nope.
Yeah,
They
you
know
can't do
they're the
it.
ones that originated that shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
I was gonna say like in terms of like I mean like you know how you was just like mentioning that like you know this is pretty much the standard for the next generation.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna have to live up to this. Even on the esports side of things, I think Capcom with all the money they're doing, the events
Hell
they're
yeah.
running, like as someone who obviously is like trying to work in esports and who kind of does now doing these events, like I'm like, yes, more money. Let's
Yep.
get us more money. I need more money in my pocket. So please,
You know what's funny
keep
about
doing
that?
it, you know?
We were expecting, like, we were all expecting, like, the what the fuck is the game? The Riot game. We were all expecting that game to come out and
Right.
toss
Yes.
money. Yeah, we were expecting that game to be the game, right? To come out and
Mhm.
toss money at people and all that shit. It's crazy to see Capcom doing it. They were like, nah, we're not gonna let fucking Riot come in here and fucking take over our shit.
Yep.
Like,
Not for nothing, I still feel like that Riot shit's gonna be. It's
It's
gonna
probably
be
gonna-
something.
yeah,
It's gonna be
that
a.
game's
It's gonna be
Oh, yeah.
a beast. It's gonna be a beast.
it is gonna be a beast, absolutely. Like, with the money that Riot throws at their shit and the production value that they throw at their shit, it's probably gonna be a juggernaut. But I'm glad to see that games are gonna try to.
yeah.
These other games are trying to like push the boundaries at least. Because I didn't want. I'm gonna be honest with you. That game could come out and it could be great, right? That game could be amazing. But I don't want no Riot fighting game to be more popular than Street Fighter
No,
and
no,
fucking
no.
Tekken and all
Not
that
at
shit.
all.
Like, I don't want that to happen. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me being an old head, right? Like, I don't want that. Fuck all these new
No,
games. I
it's-
want Street
it's-
Fighter
I
to be on
think
top,
it's-
bro. Like,
I think it's not being an old hat. I think it's more so being a hipster. It's like, listen, man, fighting games been cool for ages. Like, if you don't know what really makes fighting games
Facts.
is,
I'm not even a
Then
hipster,
you're
bro. I
not
don't
even
even.
a-
I don't.
you
Street
know-
Fighter isn't even my main shit. Like,
no,
but I
no,
respect
it's-
Street Fighter for what it is. Like,
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. It's
Can
the
I
OG.
pose a question? Can I pose a question to Rome? Yo,
Yeah.
bro. So do you feel like with Street Fighter 6 coming out, because obviously you're involved in esports and all that jazz, because a lot of esports teams are kind of dying out, you feel like it's going to revitalize that scene, or how do you feel about that?
That is a very interesting question. The weird thing is, this is like another can of worms, but esports teams dying right now are not necessarily due to the fighting games. It just happens. It just so happens that the orgs in the fighting game scenes are dying, but it's from like other BS. It's not because like fighting games aren't marketable or whatever, the players aren't. So
To
that's
that
a
point,
weird thing.
it's orgs in general. It's not just
It's
fighting
orgs,
games.
right? Yeah, a lot of orgs
Yeah.
are just I don't know. So I mean, you would want that, right? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. You know, the biggest thing is that now with how COVID has trained everybody, basically, like the fact that hey, something like this could happen again, and we can't go nowhere. So what you should do is create content. So a lot of top Street Fighter players, which we'll probably see more of, you know, coming out of this game, it's going to be a lot more people creating content. So through that, people are going to be able to create like their own, you know, revenue, generate their own revenue through that. I see that happening more than like other teams picking up players. But I mean, we'll see. Obviously, I want that to happen. The more sponsored players from the scene, more it makes us look good. We get more money, and it's just hard. You know what I mean? Again, all these orgs are like fucking randomly just dying. So
this is what I see happening, right? Like Street Fighter, like Capcom's putting up all this money, right? But actually, you know what? First, let me just start off by saying I think the FGC needs a league, bro. Like, in all honesty, not just one, not just Capcom, you know what I'm saying? Like, not just one company monopolizing the shit. Because if you look at all these other games that are still thriving after like decades, like CS:GO, like League, they all have literal like leagues, right? That are dedicated to that game, to that genre. But I feel like one of two things could happen. Street Fighter could just blow up over everything else, right? And just leave everything else in the fucking shadows for the rest of the time. Or this amount of attention could help bring up the other ones, right? We hope that happens. Like Street Fighter blows up, more people are interested in this, more people are interested in esports and the fighting game and the FGC and all that, and they start branching into other games. Because think about it, that's what Street Fighter 4 did. Like when Street Fighter 4 came out, everyone was talking about fighting games again for like a good maybe 5-6 years. Like, so everyone was talking about fighting games. Then Tekken came out, and then all the other like niche games came out. Blaze Blue came out. KOF was coming out frequently anyway. But
that's like, the thing. So I think that's another kind of argument. But like, I feel like people just give Street Fighter a pass because they played it when they were kids. So like,
of course,
people kind of ride Street Fighter, right? Like whatever they do. And you know, obviously, I'm a big fan, so I'm in that camp too. But like,
yeah, of course,
you know, that whole dark era. Apparently, other games were still coming out and people were still playing them. This is that the Capcom players didn't have a game to play, so they said, "Oh, there's nothing. We can't play a new Street Fighter, so that must mean that fighting games are dead."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Street Fighter, like one thing, people need to just capitalize off of this shit, man. Other companies need to step it up. We can't have people fucking like what they say, $2 million prize pool, bro. Come on, son. Like that's it. That's it.
Look, NRS definitely got that money. Tekken definitely got that money.
Yeah.
KOF definitely got that money. You know, Arc Systems is doing pretty well. I mean, Dragon Ball Z, they made like what 10 million off that game. Like, only like Freak said, only thing good can come from that is that you have to push your peers. You know, like you're doing all
somebody
this.
to set the precedent. Yeah. They need somebody to do it. Who better to do it than Capcom?
I really feel like the community, it's like, yeah, it's on Capcom, but that's as far as like the attention. The attention is always going to be on the devs, right?
Yeah, but you got to do the rest.
Yeah,
the devs got to do. Everyone else got to do the rest of the work, man. Oh, so it's just gonna end up like it did a couple years ago, where Street Fighter 4 was riding on all that momentum, carried all that momentum, right? Everything seemed good, and then I don't even know what happened. I guess COVID happened. I don't like what happened. I don't even know what happened, bro.
No, 5.
Street Fighter 5, yeah. Street Fighter 5 being ass. You're right. Yeah.
Super lazy. They didn't.
It's just a game thing, you know. Like it's being like at some point your game is going to die in the casual market, but it will never die to those who are involved in the ecosystem and the hardcore, right? So like it's like you need to really just. And that's the hard balance, right? Because you really need to when you're balancing your game, you're communicating, you really need to communicate to your game audience as a whole and just be like, hey, all you casuals, we hear you, here's our thing. But you also need to keep the hardcore and the competitive scene happy, because then they're just like, they're the ones that are making the content, right? Because they're the ones that are just like, hey, this shit is ass, right? Like, oh, this balance patch was garbage. Right. Like, look, and it honestly, listen, I know I play a lot of this fucking game, but it really goes back to it. It goes to Marvel Snap right now. Marvel Snap is a game that is just kind of like the development team and everyone that's involved. They've just been really set on their path, and they're really intelligent about it, because the really professional players and those who are involved in it, they're the ones that are just like, hey guys, this game may not be balanced right now. They're the ones that are just kind of like, oh, what's going on, you know? So they're the ones that are setting the precedent of what the players are complaining about.
Leak.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say. Okay, so as far as the balance scene, like, they're trying to actually cater to like those that are like, they're trying to cater more to those as a whole. They're looking at percentages, They're looking at the player base. But of course, the content creators and those that are involved are going to have another say for it.
Yeah, but you need that dynamic because that's what keeps people interested. Like that's what keeps the majority of people interested. Like knowing that, oh shit, let's see, oh new patches came out. Oh, this shit seems like it's kind of ass. Let me go see what my favorite content creator thinks, right? It just keeps it's like the cycle. Like they have to keep Capcom. Well, let me not just say Capcom because they seem to have gotten it right. But everyone needs to start doing this now. Where transparency needs to be the number one thing now in terms of
absolutely.
Yo,
that's absolutely.
Okay, can we talk about real quick? Can we talk about the end of the video when they release the DLC? Hey guys, I want to talk about what's gonna happen beyond the launch or whatever.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Like 5 years ago, you would never hear Capcom say anything like that.
Nah, we data mine it and find out it's on the disc. Yeah, like
that's true.
I think it's just being transparent, bro. It's just being transparent with your player base. It's like, because the thing, all right. I'm going back to Marvel Snap because it's really relative, to be honest.
No.
Listen, I'm not going back to it because I like the game. It's more so.
Yeah.
No, you're laughing because it's Marvel Snap. Every
I don't even play it, but I get what you're saying.
Every release, every patch, the players data mine everything. They're like, hey, this is what's coming out. And it's like kind of like that unspoken alliance. The devs cannot speak on it. The devs can't say, hey, we're doing this because of this card that's coming out that you guys already fucking data mined. So they make their general statements and players understand it. It's kind of like an understanding. So for example, Kitty Pryde was a card that they just they removed from the game because there was so many bugs that they were trying to figure out, hey, like we just released this card, there's so many bugs that is breaking people's experience and locking people out of the game for 40 minutes at a time. We can't have this game we can't have this in the rotation. They took the card out of rotation. So people purchased that card with their tokens. Tokens, it's in a whole economy. However, they're just like, hey, so what are we gonna do in the meantime? It's like, hey, you're just gonna wait until we balance this card and figure out what's going on. And they were really transparent. They're just like, hey, so we balanced this card, but something happened in the time that we balanced the card. So when we actually released it, some changes were made that broke it. So they released a whole spiel that they were just like, all right, we're re-releasing the card, but it's not going to be until May. And here's why. We will need to fundamentally change the game. We're going to reimburse everyone who originally bought the card for what they purchased, plus 2,000 tokens. And then we're going to give the card to everybody when we release the patch, right? And I guarantee you people are still going to complain about that shit. But that's probably the best way they could have handled it.
It'll be less people. It's going to be less people overall complaining about it because they went out and told everybody.
Yeah, they were so transparent. They were so real about it.
Imagine if they didn't say anything.
If they didn't say anything, people would be tight.
Because you know what that reminds me of? I instantly thought of this. Remember when Dark Souls 1, somebody was like hacking that shit or some shit like that? So they had to take down the online. And they took down that shit for like a year. And they were quiet the entire year, said absolutely nothing. All you saw in the forums was, man, are they ever gonna add online to this fucking game? What the fuck's wrong with these devs? What the fuck, FromSoft? That's all you saw in the forums and Steam community hub and everything. Because they didn't say shit. Like, nobody wants to deal with shit like that in companies that have like no fucking literally like no plan or no
communication.
I guess no communication whatsoever.
I think transparency is best, honestly. Transparency, just that communication is so good, man.
Bro, Street Fighter 6 got announced. They had the round table. We saw who the devs were. We saw every dev who was working on it. Like they told us what direction they wanted to take.
They're getting better at that, but the Japanese
they were terrible.
Like,
it's
like pulling teeth.
That's a culture thing. Yeah,
it's a culture thing. Yeah, they don't want to say anything. Like,
but you also got to think about it, right? They like competing with each other. For some reason, they rather compete with each other in Japan than compete globally. So they're always like hush hush about things.
Very true.
Like, so I don't know. You're right about that one. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope Capcom, because you know what that reminded me of? I thought about this instantly. First, back in the day, we would get like updates and patches, right? And they wouldn't say shit about it. Like, we'd have to dig and figure out shit, right? We'd have to be like, oh well, this isn't the same as it was before. And devs wouldn't say shit to us. They would patch the shit, change things, we wouldn't know. Like, Then once you saw people, once I saw people, companies like Nintendo adding notes to patch notes, telling us what they changed to like Smash and shit like that. Even Mario Kart, bro. Mario Kart gets patches and we get patch notes now. The
That
fuck?
transparency is so good.
Like, but I feel like
they give out their patches like a week before like whenever they have an update, they give out their patches a week before, and I'm like, this is amazing. I can speculate and know what's gonna happen coming up in a week or so.
Yeah, and then recently the FF14 devs started doing the same thing because people were complaining about the same thing. They were like, oh man, you guys buff shit, you guys change things, and they don't give us reasons why. You don't tell us what you changed, and now that's a thing. So I feel like they're slowly getting it, but I feel like this is a huge push because Capcom is like, they've had their moments, but Capcom is pretty kind of at the forefront of Japanese game development. Like, they're up there clearly with the best of them. So hopefully this is like a turning point for a lot of other ones and they look at this shit. But we said that before, man. Like, fighting games have come out that have had like crazy extensive features and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then for some reason the next version of the game they'll take the features out. Like, so I'll give Capcom the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, this is the new era of fighting games. They know what they're doing. They have a vision, right, that they want to achieve and that they want to go with. But let's just hope that they stay on this track, bro.
Yeah.
Because they could definitely get greedy. Like, I always go back to Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6, right? These games have features, but they have like story modes. They have like all these other shits you can do offline or whatever. Tekken 7 comes out. It has the story mode, right? But then they remove other shit. Like, and then what was it? Oh fuck! What the fuck game was it? It was Marvel 3 come out, right? Street Fighter 4 had everybody in their mouths. Y'all already know when Street Fighter 4 Vanilla came out, what were we complaining about? No lobbies. We couldn't play in lobbies online, right? Then how many years after Vanilla Street Fighter 4 did Marvel 3 come out? It was like 3 years, 4 years, right?
It was technically 2 years. 2 years.
It was 2 years?
2 years.
Really? Years.
Okay.
From console. If you count arcade Street Fighter 4, then technically 3 years.
Okay. Yeah. Because remember when Marvel 3 came out, that shit didn't have lobbies either.
Bro, you didn't even have
lobbies, but you couldn't spectate.
You had the name cards fighting each other.
Yeah, just jumping around and shit. You had to watch the health bars. Bruh.
Remember when Strive came out and they didn't have lobbies either?
Bro,
that's the most recent. We could go down this rabbit hole. It's
because
crazy.
Because I was thinking, right, when Strive came out, they didn't say shit. The first Strive beta, they were like, all right, this is delay-based netcode. That shit was hot garbage, by the way.
Bro.
Fucking here's your slow underwater air dashes. They changed that because everybody bitched. Like, they were gonna release that game the way it was.
No, they were.
Like,
but rollback was so huge, they didn't expect that.
Yeah, rollback wasn't even in the first beta.
And then not only that, but COVID happened too on top of all that.
Yeah.
So like, people were just like, look, if you don't put rollback, I ain't buying your game. And
it was like that was the main thing, but there was hella shit wrong with that game, right?
Yeah.
The lobbies didn't even work when the other beta came out. And they were gonna release that game. Could you imagine if they released that game the way that shit was? They were actually gonna do it.
I will not be
going
today.
to do
Like, that's
it.
crazy.
They were gonna do it.
Like, that's the shit that I'm talking about. Like,
and that's a great.
We can't have any more of that.
Yeah, it's a great point, and that's the main reason that I say initially when I first started, I was just like, Street Fighter 6 has my money because this showed online team parties, online. It showed lobbies. It showed that shit in this thing, and I said, you know what? That's kind of the shit that I want to see. What else can I play other than just a straight up ranked or versus mode? It showed everything, and that's probably the best thing they could have done for at least a person like me. I will say though, we're gonna move on. We're gonna take a quick break. We're just gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna get myself another drink. Y'all can talk about whatever yourself in the meantime, and then we'll switch on to another topic. right after this. Yeah, y'all can keep talking if y'all want, but I'm just gonna go get another drink. I'll be back.
BBC.
Right. I mean, we pretty much fucking down the whole shit.
I mean,
fucking Capcom to keep going, bro. Like, cause I always hated on Capcom. When Street Fighter 5 came out, I started hating on Capcom, bro. Cause I was just like, man, these motherfuckers, this game sucks. And everyone's sucking it up. Everyone's just slurping it up, right? But
you know the bullshit they be on. Like, you know what they can do. That's always been my issue with Capcom too. Is like, I know you guys are better than this. Why are you giving me this? Like, as someone who's been playing your games literally, like I said, my entire life.
Yep.
Why are you force feeding me this bullshit and telling me it's good? But then you have drones that are like, oh, Street Fighter 5 is like the GOAT, and I'm like, nah, bro. What do you
know that audience could have easily shaped how Street Fighter 6 turned out. So I'm glad that they realized, like, some of the devs, obviously, this is how you know the current devs play their own fucking game. Like, that's how you know. Like,
Well,
you know this man Ono didn't play the damn game.
You know, it also helps that the son of the company is actually leading on this. So.
Yeah.
And
so
Ono got fired. Sad.
Yeah.
Ono got fired to save us, so it is what it is.
I think of the Street Fighter 4, but I can't imagine how this would have been if Ono was in charge. Nothing like this.
I just like this change because I love my Japanese devs, bro. Like, I can't shit on them. I grew up playing all their shit.
Exactly.
So, but it's like I want them to just open their fucking eyes, man. Like, Strive was really gonna release in that shitty state because they just didn't give a fuck about the community, the audience of people that were buying their game. They didn't care. This Street Fighter 6 is the game you get when you care about the people that are actually playing your game.
Now, I'm actually surprised that the Strive devs even changed their mind.
Bro, that game would have came out and flopped immediately. Like,
I know.
Look what happened to Grand Blue. Grand Blue came out and people were hyped for it. COVID happened. They was like, I can't play this. And that was like I never seen a game die. Nah, DNF died really fast.
Oh yeah.
DNF and Grand Blue might be the two fastest games I've ever seen die.
Not for nothing though. COVID really changed the progression of games online as a whole.
Yeah,
it really had
if your net code sucks, you're dead. That's basically what COVID started.
If you don't have good internet, you're gonna have a fucking bad time. And then that was what was honestly, listen, as far as gaming is concerned, COVID was kind of what was needed because Japan was already on that tip from the start. They had ubiquitous high-speed internet because they're so compressed as far as like their land is concerned. But
you're right. If COVID never happened, they would have had no push. They wouldn't have had a push.
Absolutely. Because the thing is, the Japanese conference, as far as that's why they were like, oh, roll back. That was a whole joke. Roll back because Japan doesn't give a shit because they have ubiquitous high-speed internet in a close proximity of one another. They are in the whole proximity of the state of Texas and California combined.
Not only that, but with the way better infrastructure than
and they have a way better. If you took Texas and you took California and you merged them on a map and you looked at Japan, it would still be a fucking clusterfuck as far as the U.S. is concerned compared to Japan. So they have a way better infrastructure, way better set of high-speed ubiquitous internet for everyone. That it's literally if you're trying to play a fighting game, it's like if everyone was living in New York and trying to play each other in New York. Oh, it feels good, man. Yeah, this code feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you're fucking living in Cali and you're trying to play me, this shit sucks, my guy.
But I will say that I've heard that delay-based netcode in Japan is actually pretty good. Like,
because it's close proximity.
Exactly.
And from an executive point of view, they're like, "What are these Americans complaining about? Like, this is fine. Like, these guys are on
exactly
crack."
Why.
And then it took the COVID thing to be like, "Oh, wait a minute, we should send someone over there just to test this shit over here." Wait, no. Wait.
All right, guys, but let's We can move on from that. I mean, unless anybody final thoughts on Street Fighter 6, I don't want to
final thoughts, man. I'm super excited for the team battle stuff. I really think that's a real cool addition. Be able to play with the boys, to play in teams with the boys. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I love the character creation. Sad that there's no beta, but I get it. Like, to be honest, this is for the casual people.
Yeah, it's a month away.
We were all gonna get the game anyway. It's a month away. It makes sense.
Yeah,
June will be here. My final thoughts, real quick, is I'm happy to play a new Street Fighter. I'm looking very much forward to it. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing commentary, and I can't wait to give Jury a bunch of gifts in that story mode so she could train them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for.
Of their feet, send that shit to follow.
You already know the whole bust.
How you hilarious.
All right, Despair, what's up?
I'm hyped for the game. I'm just hyped to put everybody in the Kimberly blender when that shit drop. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, bro. Y'all motherfuckers getting schmixed.
Kaiser?
Well, I really hope that this game kind of brings the world back to one place again when it comes to fighting games. What I mean to say is, like, I hope that it really kind of brings the casuals and the more experienced fighters together in a new, platform that works for everybody, really. Because it really feels like it's meeting that middle ground, or at least at first glance anyway. It seems to be ticking a lot of good boxes with stuff that works in the modern infrastructure of internet and sort of the modern, I guess, zeitgeist of internet culture almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
Nice.
and that's that's definitely a very important thing to capitalize on for these companies. So I'm hoping that things work out. I'm hoping Claw comes back. I know he's not coming back, probably.
No, he'll come back eventually.
Sure he will.
He's coming back. He's going to be season 2, I'm sure.
You're gonna have to create him.
I don't know about season 2.
They got the
I'm
hair
pretty sure Vega will be back, whether it's season 2 or not. He's 100% coming back.
They got the creative the hair
in some way. Maybe it's somebody different that plays like him or something, but I'm pretty sure that character.
He's going to come back somehow.
Probably. But yeah, but at the very least, I have a reason to go into it with JP, Pimp Suit JP. I'm looking forward to playing him.
Hey, let's go.
I just want this game to do what I know it can do for fighting games overall. Like, I know this game has the potential to kind of just propel the FGC. Not even just the FGC, just fighting games in general. Like,
like
the genre as a whole.
This right now feels like the benchmark. Like you guys said, this is like the benchmark right now for what fighting games should be in terms of an overall AAA level package.
Yeah, this feels like a new era.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kid Crazy, you got any thoughts? Final
did.
thoughts?
Oh no, super excited. I've been looking forward for something new with Street Fighter, because I've been playing Street Fighter my whole life, but not like intensively. But for me, it's like this follows saying some of the casual stuff that they're adding, the character creation, the story mode, getting trained by some of your favorite fighters, it's stuff that I can look forward to. But then what also you can expand from the new modern mode into the classic mode, especially if you want to get more into depth, or you want to play the game in a different aspect of it, because there's Street Fighter so complex in that sense. So it's not like you're gonna it's really trying to give everyone a little bit of something to find from it, and it's a really good direction for Street Fighter. But I'm scared that I don't want Capcom to get full of themselves either, because they have a history of doing that.
Yeah, that's a Japanese thing in general. Yeah, Japanese devs love doing that shit. They have a success, and then they're like, "Oh man, we're amazing, we're the best."
Yeah, so I'm kind of on the I'm not on the fences. I'm getting it, but it's more I'm I remember, because I was I love Street Fighter 4 towards Street Fighter and all the updates, and then 5 came out. I was like, yo, this is doggy poop. I don't want to play this.
For sure.
You know what's crazy about Street Fighter 5? It's funny that Kid Crazy just said that, right? Because you know how many people I know that don't play fighting games like that? They're casuals, right? So you would think that they would play anything that has the name on it, like Street Fighter. I'm gonna play it anyway. A lot of motherfucking casuals said Street Fighter 5 sucked. That's crazy to hear.
Because Street Fighter 5 was on the ESPN, because that made a lot of people join it.
They were like, Street Fighter 5 sucks, and I was like, damn, what you know about? How you know Street Fighter 5 sucks?
Once that shit was on ESPN, that brought a lot of casuals in. I'm gonna say that.
No, it did, but I know a lot of casuals that you would, because you would think that Street Fighter, the name, would just, you would have the random casual that just suck it off. You still have that, obviously, but a lot of people were saying didn't like the game. That's crazy.
No, it's true. That's true.
You would think it's just a competitive. You would think it's just us, right? We're in an echo chamber, but nah. People didn't like the game.
But as far as final, sorry, as far
for me. Go, Spreak.
No, I was gonna say as far as final thoughts are concerned, let's try to get Guy Manley in here before we end the conversation. Guy Manley, you got any thoughts about Street Fighter?
6, I've only touched a little bit. It looks good.
Hey yo.
Classic controls are interesting versus modern and dynamic and whatnot. There's been a couple of games that have done that to moderate success. Grand Blue comes to mind, where there's only one control scheme and one button supers are always possible, but with the penalty of there being a timeout on them. The ideas of that has been successful in the past in a competitive format, but yeah, looks good. Looks better than 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
That's
special.
That's everyone's immediate take. It looks better than Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, it sounds like
That's
a
all
Street
that
Fighter. That's all that matters, bro. Like, yeah. I guess my final thoughts are just gonna be like, this is all I needed to see. That was just like, hey man, you want to pre-order this game? Sure, I'm gonna do it. Like that was a conversation between me and Capcom. Hey, you want to pre-order this game? Here's what we got. I was just like, you know what? I like what you're dealing. I'm in there. I'm gonna take it. That's it.
Just laid the BBC on the table.
Yeah, just laid it out. I'm just like, I'm gonna take that BBC. What's up? Show me what else you got.
Yo, you know, it was the ultimate confidence that they had when the entire character list got leaked, right? And then Capcom was like, well, there it is, bro.
Because they leaked it themselves, bro. That's the inside job. I believe they leaked it themselves.
Bro, were we in here saying that? We were in here saying that the first time we saw the leak. Yeah.
They leaked it. You know why they leaked it themselves? Because they were looking for that critique. They were looking for that. Oh, this character's ass. This character's good. They were looking for that and polling it to just be like, hey,
gonna use that for the DLC.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They were just like, oh, we're gonna use this for DLC.
Oh man,
that's what it was.
I leaked season 2. Jesus.
Oops. Here's my whole plan. Don't look at it, guys. AKA just look at it.
Nobody complained. Nobody said anything.
No, they really were.
They dropped it. Yeah, they dropped the tweet. They said, "Oh well, sorry guys that this happened, but please let us know your thoughts." They were like, "Please let us know your thoughts." It was like, "Oh, this is easy."
Godlike. That's godlike.
Look at this motherfucker on my screen right now. He absolutely leaked that shit.
Yeah. Nakayama, bro, I see you.
Yes. A special case, like, she wants me to train her. I'm just like, all right, listen, I'm just going to throw you into a lobby with Despair and Fala and everybody.
Listen, she wants you to train her, but it's not a Street Fighter 6.
I know.
Ayo.
I know.
Ayo.
I know.
Hey, yo. All right, let's
guys.
move on. Next topic.
All right. So, next topic. As far as podcasts is concerned, we about to talk about what the fuck is happening with Twitch and Kai Cenat. And just Twitch overall, bro. I want you to sum it up for me, Despair. What do you think?
You want the long story or the short story?
Give me both.
I don't know anything about this dude.
Yeah, assume
you don't know anything about this dude.
I'm an idiot and I don't know shit.
So the thing about this is, right? Fortunately, everyone in here, with the exception of Guy Manley, has grown up in New York, right? So we all know that what was it? Let's say late 2000, like 2008, 2009, 2010, right? To like 2012. That the whole hype boy culture. We all know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
supreme culture, the hype
basically,
beast.
yeah. For lack of a better word, sorry.
No,
Push cops, whatever. It's just niggas being niggas, all right? That's basically what it is, right? That's basically what the hit with Kai and the whole AMP, that whole crew. That's basically what their content revolves around, right? And you know, for a fact, that some people at Twitch headquarters ain't trying to push that. They don't want that. They want the what do they call them? They call them the uwu poggers. They want those Twitch streamers around at the top. Yeah, they call them the poggers or whatever. Yeah, they just spam poggers and all the dumb shit in the chat. And I don't want to bring race into it, but it's pretty obvious that this is the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Notice if you go pull up all of those streamers, not one of them is black. Not one of them. They're all Asian. They're all like the uwu. Sorry, no. This is no offense, no anything.
No disrespect.
I'm just trying to speak facts. Like they're all like the uwu cute Asian like girls and dudes and just a bunch of white people, right? So of course when they see Kai blowing up, this is what they do. They're not gonna give him his cake. They're not gonna give him his flowers, right? This is what they do. And I honestly, I wasn't even a fan of his content. I'm still not really, but some of the stuff that they do, nobody else is doing. So how can you hate on them? You know what I mean? Like they're just they're just living life and they're just making the content they want to make, right? And Twitch, for some reason, I'm pretty sure y'all already know, like this guy, what did he broke like how many records or some shit? He brought Twitch like, what did they say, $10 million or something like that?
Yeah, 10 to 15 million dollars.
$10 to $15 million.
Yeah. That's insane.
And they sent him a pair of shoes?
Ugly shoes at that.
They sent him a pair of shoes, bruh.
They sent him a pair of shoes that he
and how much money did he get out of that?
Responded to.
$2 million.
He got $2 million out of that.
He got $2 million, yeah.
Out of 15 mil they took from him.
Because I don't know if y'all peeped, right? When after that whole like stream thing was over, even Drake got on like Instagram and was like, yo, Twitch, y'all gotta give Kai his flowers, bro. Y'all gotta give him his check. Like Drake was out here, like everybody was out here, like, bro, Kai just broke records. I gotta give him his money, and they don't give him shit. They give him a pair of shoes and $2 million. Like he probably make more than that shit in like a couple months.
Listen, Drake makes mad money altogether. So if he says something about something, he's the expert. I listen. I'll default to Drake for anything. When it comes to money,
like my whole thing is right. I don't know. They said it was some GTA related shit. He was doing sexual whatever shit in GTA, right? Motherfucker. So is like
oh my god, hold up,
of the Twitch top page front page right now.
We're not even. That's
all
on
they
that
doing in role
yet.
play. Like
we haven't even discussed why he got banned yet.
Yeah, but this is like this is where we going, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let me lay the groundwork for everybody who's watching, listening right now, because we know we got hundreds of thousands of viewers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see this right now. Listen, what you guys gotta know is Kai got banned according to Twitch. Kai got banned because he was streaming sexually suggestive material in GTA.
Okay.
Well, let's first and foremost, let's talk about a few things about that. He shitted on some kicks that was sent to him by Twitch, and he loved the kicks that was sent to him by Kick.
Yeah, Kick
you
sent
know,
him some shit.
Let's just say that. Not to say that
the fucking Twitch shoes was ass.
Yeah, the Twitch shoes was ass. They were bedazzled. Let's not say that, but one or the other. That doesn't matter. Let's just go back to his content. I'm not a fan of his content. Despair's not a fan of his content. There's a lot of people here that are not really fans of his content. However, your content is your content. If it gets you your bank, it gets you your bank.
Hey, look at him.
They legit just banned him for sexually suggestive material in GTA that he was playing. If you want to talk about sexually suggestive,
he's done worse on stream.
He's done worse on stream, but let's talk about sexually suggestive as a whole.
Oh, no.
Sexually suggestive.
Just take a look at Twitch.
Listen,
just
go to Twitch, just go to polls and hot tubs, or just chatting and kind of scroll down, and you'll see way more sexually suggestive material on that fucking page. So, what's really going on?
Honestly, first of all, we already know we got the Kick war going on, the Kick Twitch war going on, right? So part of me believes that somebody at Twitch headquarters, because you know there's a few heads at Twitch headquarters clearly that have like motives and agendas against certain people and just are petty and they be banning shit. You know for a fact that somebody's doing this shit. Like
100%.
So I feel like that was part of it. Someone was being petty, like, oh yeah, all right, we gonna ban him. But the funny part is, he could just move to Kick and he'll be fine. He'll just get a bag and he'll be good. Like, so I don't see the point. And it's because he's black, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's that simple, bro. I'm sorry.
It really is.
It's literally that simple. It's that simple. It's that he's black. He perpetuates like the hood culture. The dude always has like famous rappers and all this shit on his streams. Like that's the draw to most of his stuff. Is that he usually has like, you know, like relevant people on there on his stream. Sometimes he has like people. He has like Lil Baby on there. He had who was that? I forgot that dude's name that he has on the camera on the shit right there. He usually has hella people on there. Like so that's what draws people to his shit, right?
Yeah.
But someone at Twitch clearly does not want to perpetuate this kind of culture, like this. Y'all say quote unquote hood culture. I don't even think it's hood, bro. Y'all want to see hood? There's some hood shit. We can go on fucking what's it called? What's the shit called again? What's the fucking website called again? I forgot, bro. World Star. Yeah. We can go on World Star right now. Y'all want to see hood fucking shit. This is not hood. This is not hood, bro. Like,
yeah.
So I don't see what's wrong with this, but that's because I'm black, right? I grew up around. This is the culture I grew up in. Like, and for some reason, people love to hate it. But this is literally, you grow up in the fucking city. This is how you act. Like, but he from the Bronx? Like, come on, bro. This is literally how I was growing up as a kid. So I'm not gonna hate on it.
Certain parts of it are marketable and certain parts are not. You know, like that's what it is as far as them. You know,
the thing about it is, if you can sell a hip hop record, and that should be marketable, and that's okay, this is fine. This is nothing compared to some of the shit people be saying and doing in like music videos and hip hop records and all this other shit. So I don't even want to hear. Like,
bro, I'm so. This makes me so. This whole situation makes me so angry, bro. Yeah, because like, what is your absolute reason other than
look at
like?
This idiot, like.
No, there is no reason. They just don't
being a
like
clown
him.
and enjoying his life.
Yeah, let him do what he does. But there's people that are there in the background. They're just like, I don't like what he does. You know?
Yeah. Here's the agendas working in the back.
Nah,
here's the thing, right? Like they don't. My bad. They don't.
Now you good?
They don't want him being like the poster child. Mm-hmm. They were listening for a minute.
I agree.
Right? They were being quiet. They were letting it rock. They were listening, and then people was like, "Yo, Kai got the biggest sub count right now. He's killing it right now. Kai got the most viewers." Remember when they was having those Twitch awards and he was not nominated for anything? That was telling. Right there, that's telling.
They were saying that back then. They were saying the same shit, like something's wrong back then.
What's wrong with that? And I'll be the first to tell you, all the AMP dudes, not a fan of their content. I don't think it's geared towards me. I think their stuff, like their audience is mostly
look at
kids,
this motherfucker right now.
Their audience is geared towards the people that are their age. They're like they're like what, early 20s?
They're just
some of them are like 18, 19.
Kai's like 20. Like, I don't think Kai's elite. I think Kai's like 20. Yeah,
Kai's like 21. Yeah.
You know, so like Speed's like the youngest one, and he's like 17 now at this point.
Yeah, but Speed not really AMP. They all fuck with each other. Like,
they all just fucking
like
doing what they do.
But yeah, like that was, you know, basically.
What's his name? NL Chopper, whatever his name is. Like he got
NL
like,
Chopper. Yeah. Like I knew what time it was. Like it definitely bothers me too, Freak. Like I'm just like, yo, this is straight. Like you guys are so open with it. Like you're literally banning him for no reason.
Being racist, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
It's just,
that's what it is.
It's ridiculous.
Like
it's
people want to argue it.
People
are arguing, and I'm like, how do you not see this? Like, how are you this blind if you can't see this?
It's so frustrating, bro.
It is.
You know, and on top of it, it's just like you're gonna give like what I hate the most.
To the bedroom.
What I hate the most is that Twitch is trying to act like they're on the moral high ground when they're the hypocrisy is at an all-time
That's been the word,
high.
right? That's been the word that's been synonymous with Twitch for the past like decade. Like, it's just hypocrites.
Like
they'll ban what they want to ban. They'll support what they want to support. Like
selective enforcement with Twitch and what they're doing. That's their MO. And for this, with Kai's situation, it's not surprising. It ain't surprising.
Like I get the perception, bro. Like I understand. Like when I'm out in public, you're not gonna hear me saying the N-word and all that, because I know the perception, right? Like I know how people look at shit like that. But that's still part of my culture. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Come on. I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
like they need some niggas at Twitch headquarters, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. That's clearly what they
very
do.
dependent.
Like,
yeah, you're right,
like,
100%.
They do.
Twitch headquarters is too busy trying to, you know, keep their favorite.
Nah, they too busy with their cock out.
Exactly. They gotta keep them happy. Dude, the fact that he is serving a perma ban right now for potentially playing GTA, going to the strip club, potentially. He's been banned. Look at this. He's been banned almost, if not as long as the girl that was actually having sex on Twitch.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like,
you mean misbehaving?
Yeah,
whatever.
That's her.
Yeah, straight up get dick down on a Twitch while kids are watching, since they want to use that, you know, kids be watching Kai.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
All right. Well, yeah, just like the kids are watching them, right? Come on now.
Hold up. Stacks brings up a good point. He says it's all good when Pokemon is saying the N-word.
Facts, exactly. Like,
you ain't funny.
Like, come on, man.
Neighbor, you ain't funny.
Yeah, it's fine, because what is she fucking
right,
Moroccan or something?
Moroccan.
Get the hell out of here. Get out of here, bro. Like,
all the white knights in the chat were like,
she's
Moroccan, bro. She's Moroccan. Nigga, I'm a rock in your face, nigga.
Well,
I don't care, bro.
She has 2%. She's 2% black.
That's OD.
You know,
nah, you know that's enough to get people to N-word pass. Like, you know,
yeah,
like, that's what people think. Like,
you can go rock this.
Yo, I'm sorry. If you're not from New York, well, this is me because I'm an East Coast head. I don't know about you West Coast motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you're not from New York, you're not Hispanic, you ain't saying the N-word around me. Like, I'm sorry. Like, only my Hispanic homies and my niggas can say the N-word, bro. That's it. Ain't no. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but that's once again, that's a cultural thing, right?
No,
like
sure.
You grow up in that environment. That's part of your culture. Like this whole thing, like his whole image, his whole thing, is like I can relate to it. I don't really fuck with watching shit like this anymore, but part of me relates to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sorry, but ain't no black dude from New York from this environment. They all from what? The Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn. Y'all can't say y'all can't relate to some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It was a time when I was growing up where I was like, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you can. No, I was just gonna say, I'm sure. Yeah, like if back when I was a kid or like a teenager, early teen, I'd probably be in Kai's chat yucking it up.
Yeah. So like, I
all
get
the
it.
LOLs and everything.
Like, I don't be watching it, but I get it. Like, and to be honest, like I said before, hip hop culture is the most popular culture in the world right now. So this is what you get. This is the kind of shit you're gonna get.
Yep.
But you're gonna have Twitch and these other companies trying to push it down.
They don't want that though. They don't want Kai being.
It's cool to be black until what is it? What's the phrase? It's cool to be black until you got to be black or some shit like that. What is it? I forgot what it's like.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, it's cool to be black until you
Nobody want to be a neighbor.
Exactly.
So they got to be a neighbor.
Yeah, like come on, bro.
Yeah, basically,
like,
they want to be black for all the positives, but not for the negatives. You know?
Exactly. I'm gonna be 100. How much you want to bet? 80% of his audience is little white kids. How much you want to bet?
I bet money on that.
Like,
I would absolutely bet money on that.
Like, come on, man.
Ain't no way that's the case.
That should be killing me. Like, they be eating this shit up, but then they be like, "Oh yeah, well, he said the N-word too many times, so let's ban him." The fuck?
The fuck out of here, man. Kids watching this stuff talking about, oh, neighbor, and
yeah, but then they'll get in their car and they'll blast Lil Wayne all day. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
But here's the thing though, right? Like, so Twitch is kind of like what they're doing right now with Kai is like they're basically throwing their weight around because they know like there's no other competition yet.
Exactly.
And so it's like, so what if we ban him? He's gonna go to Kick and Kick could die.
May not fall off. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like Mixer, like eLive, like all these other, Facebook gaming still not really like popping like that. YouTube is just
dead now. They don't even have Facebook. It's not even Facebook gaming anymore. That's just gone.
It's regular streaming. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like Twitch knows, and that's the dangerous part is that like your favorite streamers that they're not a fan of, they can just fucking kill them off just like that, just because it doesn't fit their image of what they want. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it's like, where are you gonna go? You need us. You need to be here. That's why, Kai getting 2 million sucks, but like Twitch knows we can get away with it. We can get out $15 million payout and only slide you two. Because what's gonna happen?
Y'all remember that? That reminds me. Y'all remember back when people were getting like the contracts to go to Mixer, go to YouTube, go to Facebook. Y'all remember? Yeah, Dr. Disrespect. I think it was him that said it. Nah, it was a Devin Nash video. It was a Devin Nash video. I remember watching this shit. He was talking about how Twitch wasn't really paying people like that until YouTube and Mixer came in and started handing out checks to move to other platforms. Twitch was getting away with it. There was no other place to go. So they were like, all right, we're gonna pay you like, $500K for you to stay on Twitch or whatever. And then YouTube and Mixer came through, was paying people millions, like 5 million, whatever, for like exclusivity for like a year or something like that. And then Twitch started fucking handing out exclusivity checks to people. But now that all that shit, like YouTube had like its little momentum, and then now it's like falling down a little bit again. Facebook gaming is gone. Mixer's gone. Like Kick is its only quote unquote competitor right now, which we'll see how long that lasts. But they have like you're right. But they can do whatever they want. That's just crazy.
You know what's crazy too? Now that since you just brought up Mixer, I'm thinking. Remember Ninja went to Mixer, right? Because like, they paid him to go there, and he got paid
Ninja
like
and Shroud,
a year, something ridiculous.
I think
5 million. He got 5 million a year. It was like a crazy like 3-year contract.
Yeah.
But remember what they did to Ninja's account when they were just putting fucking porn on his Twitch account to get him banned?
That's how you know people at. That's how you know people at Twitch is just something's going on
petty,
with them.
petty as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
it's definitely an op. What they did there. It's definitely an op.
Like that's crazy. They was
look up Ninja's name, and it was just like porn just playing, and then they did that and then banned his account, and I'm like,
what? That's insane.
Crazy.
You also got to realize, like, these startup, because Twitch started off as a startup, right? So like a lot of these people, the ages of a lot of these people were very much like young. They were young people who grew up, who blew up, and the business grew with them, and then Amazon bought them, and then but like it's still very much like it has a very high school mentality. So this,
yeah, that's what Twitch
definitely relates to that.
This petty shit, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I could relate to that from personal experience because I worked in a startup, and it was the same mentality.
Same. Yep.
The top of Twitch is literally high school 2.0. It's just a bunch of cliques doing dumb shit. It just so happens that one started rising up that I can actually relate to. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit here and watch it. Even if I had like kids, or if I was a kid or something like that, personally, it's probably gonna sound offensive, but I'm not trying to watch a room full of 10 white people fucking shooting shit, talking about fucking what kind of vegan meal they're gonna eat the next day. Let me stop. Let me not. But I can't relate to that shit. Like, that's not me. That's not my culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't relate to that. So when I see stuff like this popularized, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yo, is this guy supposed to be Barack Obama or some shit?
I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
Yo, Kai's a fool for this.
Yeah, like this is dumb shit. Like, I would have ate this up as a kid.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not mad at it.
A decade ago. Like,
yeah, I'm not mad at it at all. I think
you know what this reminds me of, right? This reminds me of the whole Jackass crew, right? Just being stupid, doing dumb, random shit.
Right.
Like that's what this reminds me of. Except it's a bunch of niggas. Like, that's the difference. Like,
yeah, that's what it comes down to. Young black dudes with money. Yo, look at this dude, Gideon. Remember the Gideon dude? Yeah. He's still permaban on Twitch.
He's still banned?
He's still banned. Even after him and Pokemon made up and all that other stuff happened and he apologized, and he's still permaban. Because she's obviously she's the golden goose, one of the golden.
That's the golden girl.
Website.
Yeah.
So you can't really harm her. But yeah, he's permanently banned. And that's, again, people have done stuff. I've seen stuff on Twitch that I'm just like, I'm not gonna say no, I'm not gonna snitch on nobody, but like I've seen stuff when I'm just hanging out and just chatting. I mean, come on, how many times on nights we would just be, dicking around, we go through just chatting or whatever, and we're like, wow, this is like, you're just like literally one wind blow away from Nip just being all out, and it's like,
yeah,
well, whatever.
I mean, me and Despair saw something earlier.
Listen, you want to talk about sexual content, bro? Come on, man.
My God. That's what I'm saying. The hypocrisy. Like, even that's why they don't even list the reason why they're banned, because they know if they list it, it's like, they're sitting around the room like, oh man, what's the reason we give to them? Because they're such hypocrites.
Yeah, because they got these old white dudes with their fucking little dicks out, just flopping around at all these chicks in the just chatting section.
Like cocks out.
Like, come on, bro. That shit is crazy to me. And then you gotta he's doing nothing. He's literally just doing nothing. He's just entertaining an audience that he had. He's literally doing nothing.
Nothing
offensive whatsoever.
No,
as far as sexually suggestive content is concerned, we saw more sexually suggestive content in the stream that Despair linked in our NSFW chat than Kai Cenat displayed on his stream.
This video up this entire time, and I didn't see one offensive thing yet. Except for maybe Barack might be offended by this motherfucker here, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I mean, from afar, he looks kind of like Barack,
he looks exactly like him.
This does not look like Barack at all.
He like the porn star Barack.
Yes, it does. He has the mannerisms and everything.
Like the dude
it looked like imitation Barack.
Exactly, it is. Yeah, that's the point.
I mean, I say this.
Look at the mannerisms. Yeah, he got the mannerisms down and everything.
He got it. He got it tight. He got it on deck for sure. But I mean, I say this about Kai. I mean, his content is not for me.
His content is ignorant.
Yeah, it's not for me. But one thing I'll say is, however you get a bag, he seems like he's having a good time. He's young. I'm happy for him. His content may not be for me, but that doesn't matter. He's
not stepping on anyone's toes. He's not doing grimy shit.
Yeah.
He's not talking about shooting people and all the crazy shit that we perpetuate every day.
Right.
Like
that
just
he
having
could
fun.
be talking about, by the way.
Exactly.
That he could.
Right.
He don't do hate raids.
Yeah,
none
he
of
don't
that.
do drugs except for that time he got fucking blasted off of fucking edibles.
Oh Lord.
On stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's tame. Listen, you guys were talking about this. He is tame compared to what we've been seeing on Twitch, on the internet, and it's a calculated attack on him just because he's again, we got to say the guy. It's a young black man. He's not from the same mold, and Twitch doesn't like that. They want their boob streamers. They want their pool, their swim pool, bathtub streamers. They want those because that's what's bringing in Twitch the money. They don't want a young black guy that's just having fun, goofing off, doing wild stuff on the stream. They don't want that. They want these betas on Twitch. They want literally betas. You see what
they want the mannequins. They want all the mannequins that can just sit around and do whatever Twitch wants them to do whatever society wants them to do. Like it's the whole it's like internet culture as a whole, right? There's not like people like this that are just living and just doing their own shit and just having fun, being completely inoffensive. Right. Like you get on Twitter. You say some random shit, you just say how you feel, right? You get attacked, right? That's just how culture, that's just how everything is nowadays.
Exactly.
Like, this is the same comparison to like back when YouTube was in its infancy and where Hollywood hated YouTube because it was a path like other people could take to kind of cut their way to the top to break out. And Hollywood was good with their gatekeeping and stuff. So when YouTube first came out, Hollywood was absolutely not with it for those same reasons. They would bicker and they would do this and they would be petty about it. And then it came to when they finally was like accepting it, where they're like, we got they're too big now. Like, where they had to deal with them. And it's very much, in this similar case where right now is Twitch want things a certain way. They want their people to be the top people, but now like this guy is breaking out. And there's tons of influence and stuff like that, and he has some way, and they don't want him to have it. So, what are they gonna do? They're gonna try to keep him down.
There's a clip, like opinion. Let's keep our opinions out of it real quick, because we can say whatever we want about Aiden Ross, right? The dude's losing his mind right now. I don't know what the fuck going on with him, but he had a clip where he literally said that. Because it was like he started some beef between the quote unquote the poggers community. That's what they call them, the poggers community, right? And everyone else. And I gotta find it because it literally sums up how I feel about Twitch and just the internet in general. How everybody gotta be like super safe, right? If you play by the rules, then we'll leave you alone. But as soon as you say something, like you could just have fun with your boys and just say the N-word a couple of times and then boom, we don't like that. This is not clean enough. I gotta find the clip because I was like, I don't really like Aiden kind of he a little piece of shit, but this clip is actually real.
Someone makes a point, they make a point.
Yeah, he made a clip and he had a picture of all of them standing up in the room, and it was all white people just standing there, fucking just doing the typical like boring shit. They weren't even doing nothing, bro. They were just sitting in the kitchen doing something, and I was like, bro, this is the most boring shit ever. Like. Don't get me wrong, content is content. People gonna watch whatever they want to watch, right? But look, my boy's sitting in a bathtub like an idiot right now. Like
a really cold bathtub. He's doing something.
Exactly. I'd rather watch this than sit there and watch it like 5 people just sit at a kitchen counter, just standing there responding to Twitch chat. Like come on, bro.
That's been the thing I've noticed for a while now. That's been once Just Chatting really took over Twitch. All the big streamers, they literally just sit in their chair and just read chat. That's it. They just sit around, and then sometimes they'll collab with other people. So then they're all just sitting down, and no one's doing nothing fun, and no one's being funny. They're all just sitting down on their phones reading Twitch chat, and that's it. And I'm just like, but they got their audience somehow because people are really weird and they'll watch that. So
like, I actually like Ludwig. Kind of, he's the only one that I actually like him. He's alright, right? But that's the kind of person. That's the if you could just look at that image, like. Take away all the what you know about Ludwig. If you know anything about Ludwig, just ignore that for a bit and just look at his image, right? Just look at him. That's the image Twitch wants to portray. If you just look at him.
XQC.
Yeah, exactly.
All those dudes, yeah.
I'm not hating on it. And I'm not hating on it, but we all know what the problem with that is. Like, you're completely like just pushing everyone else to the side for that pristine image. Like, come on, bro. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, to sanitize the corporate model, Twitch streamer, content creator that they could just market because he's just a blank slate, so they could have him say and do whatever they want him to say. That's what they want to do.
I missed the Justin TV era, bro, where everybody was ruthless.
Yeah,
everybody was crazy. I missed that shit.
Jesus,
like this shit is boring.
The Wild Wild West. Yeah, now everything's so sanitized. This shit is hella
boring.
Man,
that's why Kai blew up so quick because this is like back to the old dumb shit.
Yep.
Like,
it's the good old days.
Well, you know, that's what happens when advertisements come in, and you know,
the suits come in.
I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms of just freedom of speech.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
You can go into freedom of speech.
I don't really think it's the suits because the suits will come in and be like, "Oh shit, this is money. We can profit off of this." Like it's just Twitch. It's someone at Twitch. It's people at Twitch, bro. I legit don't think it's the
people at Twitch. It's the higher ups that are gatekeeping everything. They see someone blow up that they don't like, and they'll gatekeep. If it's not the Pokemans, if it's not the sanitized vanilla soy boys,
like bro, they just being goons, bro. Like come on, like we've all done this. We've all been goons. Like come on, bro.
It's very telling that Twitch would rather be known for the website that allows people to pretty much sexualize themselves and be like low rent like cam models versus a black dude and his friends just having a good time being idiots on camera. Young black dudes being successful, being good, giving back to their family and all that. Like I just find that to be very funny. And again, it's not even hating on hate on anybody.
Hate at all,
make your content, whatever you
real
do.
Shit.
I don't care.
Hate.
Yeah, it's just real shit. And it's at the end of the day, it's like they're too inconsistent with their bottom line, but then they're so like steadfast on this. Like every time it comes to some other black person getting banned, they're gone, like almost permanently. But you know, it's very scary as someone who like eventually would like to have like follow down this path where I can like make this a career. It's like it's very scary, and it's like, damn, what do I do? What happens if I somehow blow up on Kai Cenat?
Just about to say that because you think about it, right? You're like, damn. He got banned. He's doing all this shit. Wait, who is that?
Yeah, I was like, yo, god damn, who that? I said the same thing in my mind, bro.
Wait a second.
Hold on, we need to hope real quick.
That's Cesar. Ain't no way that's her. He finally met her. Yo, see, this is the kind of content I'm talking about, bruh. Yo, so he been trying to do this for like years, bruh. He's been faking it. He's been like, yeah, man, I talked to her last night. Yeah, man, I got her number in my phone. He been building up to this shit forever. See, this is content, bro. Like, look at this idiot. And now he finally got on the stream. Look at this shit. That's crazy. But anyway, like, I've been thinking to myself, I'd be like, man, so I can't even be me? Or else I'm gonna have to be fucking afraid of getting banned. Like, when I was streaming before, I was like, all right, I gotta be clean, right? I can't let the N-word slip out. I can't let all this, I can't do this. I can't do that, right?
Right.
And then when I took a break and I started realizing shit, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna censor. I can't not be me on stream. That's not fun anymore. Like if I have to at least embrace who I am. I can't just be like all these other Twitch mannequins and drones just sitting there fucking being shells of themselves. But to be honest, I'm gonna be 100 with you. A lot of these motherfuckers peaked in high school and shit. A lot of these motherfuckers think that they're cool. Either that or they were just lames growing up, and this is their shit. So they're just lames on Twitch. They were lames growing up. They're lames on Twitch. But it's cool to be a lame on Twitch.
Yeah, it's pretty much their revenge. They weren't shit in high school, and then they got a little bit of power, so now they're in control of all the Twitch, all the Twitches, all the YouTubes, things like that.
Yeah, I'm
so
happy
now
for
like,
him,
I can gatekeep now. That person that was cool in high school, that shoved me in the locker and dunked my head in the toilet, I got him now. That's basically what it is.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy watching this because this is he been wanting this for years.
Yeah, man, he's having a good time. Like I'm not hating. This is
no, I don't hate at all. Actually, the few times I did check him out, I just saw him chatting with chat, I didn't actually know like why people were. I was like,
they do like silly shit, and they actually like have like planned out fucking content and shit. Yeah, like
if I caught this instead of him just fucking chatting, I would have been like, oh, well, I mean, at least he's doing something.
That's why I kept telling y'all. That's why I kept telling y'all, right? I was like, bro, we can't hate on shit like this if we try to be content creators. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we older, we like a generation like ahead of this, but still, like.
I like school slow dancing.
He got he got homeboy playing the saxophone. Like this is hilarious. Like, this is good stuff right here. It's good content. It's 100 times better than sitting in your chair just.
And I see this motherfucker,
y'all know I say that shit all the time. I'd be like, bro, we gotta really break the mold of sitting in front of the camera playing the game, bro. Like it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Like obviously that's like the main thing, but you gotta do something. Like obviously you don't gotta do all this shit, but.
I mean, why not?
Take like 2% of that.
Exactly. Like That's what I'm saying, Paula. Exactly. Why not?
Yeah. Like, I mean, but this also, he had to work. You know what I mean? He worked towards this. Like he's been doing it for a while. All those guys actually have been streaming. Like Speed has been doing this for like 8 years now.
Yeah.
So like, he just really started to blow up off of it.
You know who actually got me like into this shit? There was a dude I used to watch like 10 years ago. I think it's like Agent 00 because he used to make 2K videos. Because I used to play 2K all the time, right? So obviously a bunch of 2K YouTubers, I was always following them, like Flight Reacts and all those idiots, right? Like, so I used to watch all that shit. And one of them, like, they're all cool, like AMP and all of them. Yeah, I used to watch Agent and all of them. So that's what got me into them. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I respect it. They all just do it. They all live in the same house and just do their shit. Like Agent, like it's funny because you would think they all kids. Some of them is like what's his name? Duke Dennis. He like 30 years old. Fucking some of these motherfuckers they just chilling, they just having fun, bro. Like
that's what it's all about. My whole thing is this: at the end of the day, there's different contents for different lanes. I don't like the idea that they try to sanitize everything, as Ruben says, like and they kind of force you to be in this one type of mode. Yo, if I want to go to a motherfucker who's gonna be cursing and yelling and saying a lot of crazy shit, let me go watch the stream. If I don't want to hear that, I'll quickly press X out and go watch another stream. Like I don't understand. I just don't like that. I can understand if it gets to a point where it's like a hate speech type deal, where like it's breeding chaos, like hate raids and stuff. I get it. If it's seeping into other streamers. But if somebody is doing their own thing, let them do their own thing.
Yeah. Or if you're affecting kids to like do some stupid stunt and then people are like actually getting injured from the stunt, like I can see like,
right.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, like
this shit is like this shit kind of hit me personally when I hear shit when I think about shit like this, because it's like, bro, this is a lane that I kind of, like Rome said, this is the kind of shit that obviously we're not steal the content like beat for beat, but this is the kind of lane that if you want to be a content creator, you want to hit this point one day, and you don't want to have to think about, oh man, if I do this shit, am I gonna get banned? Oh shit, like you know what I'm saying, like so that shit kind of like irritates me when I hear oh shit, because I was just watching this shit like a couple weeks ago when he was doing the fucking stream shit, the marathon or whatever, and then he just gets banned just like that. Like what? He just bought you in all this money and you ban him. Like come on, bro. For nothing, for literally nothing. Like
the amount I'm like super surprised that they banned. That's how you know this shit is petty. So they're gonna say no to 17 mil? Are you kidding me?
Bro, the fact that they didn't cut him a check, the fact that they cut him 2 mil out of that, bro, like come on.
I mean, that's besides the point, but I'm just saying, like, why would you stop yourself from earning 17 mil? Yeah, someone like it's.
What? I mean, well, you know what it is. They need that other, couple mil to perpetuate their. I don't know. That just perpetuate their.
This is what Aiden Ross said. He said, "You guys literally are Hall of Fame nerds." That's literally calls them poggers, like with poggers and Omega LOL. You guys are unfunny streamers. You guys are not funny. Like you're just fat, pimple-faced, four-eyed people with social problems. That's like no offense to if that look, if any of those traits apply to anyone here or in the chat, sorry, but come on, like we can't argue that that's not like real. Like
you got a point.
Come on. Like I'm not trying. That's not meant to be offensive, but that's the kind of content and the kind of audience I guess Twitch wants to perpetuate. Because some of the motherfuckers at Twitch headquarters probably losers. Let me stop. All right, let me not.
No, they are. No, you ain't gotta stop. They are. They just got money. That's what it always comes down to. It's money and power. There's so many losers with money and power.
Hall of Fame nerds.
Like,
yeah, no, that's just how it is.
You calling it out like it is because it's facts. You can't refute facts.
Like, say what you want about the kid, but that's some real shit right there. That's real shit. Oh no. All right, yeah, I get too passionate about that shit. Next topic. What happened to Freak, bro?
Yo, Freak, you alive, Freak? It's supposed to be his birthday. Hey,
Freak,
happy birthday,
him
Freak. He passed out.
Yo, the host is gone.
Let's get him canceled. Hold up.
oh no.
Yo, the host is gone.
BBC. That BBC.
I can't believe it.
Okay. BBC. The BBC.
Yo, he went to sleep? No way he went to sleep.
That's crazy.
There's no way he passed out.
Nah.
Damn.
Not like this. Not like this.